Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting edition of Seekers of the Supernatural. I'm your moderator, Tony Spera, along with hosts, Ed and Lorraine Warren. Also, we have a special guest tonight, Mr. Tony Illigino. And we also have two pets on the show that we'd like to introduce. First, we'd like to introduce Gizmo, and we'd like to introduce Benny. And we have his mother, Judy Penny.
His mother, Judy.
That's his mother.
That's his mother.
And why do we have pets on the show, you may be asking? What is going on? Are we trying to be Ozzie and Harriet? I don't think so. What we're trying to do, and we're going to discuss tonight, is the reality that pets, especially pets that are loved by human beings, that they do actually survive death of the physical body. We will show that tonight. We will prove that tonight through our conversations with Ed and Lorraine and with Mr. Illigino. I'd like to start out with Ed. And Ed, can you explain about tonight's program, about the pets?
Okay. Any animal lover will be very interested in our program tonight because, beyond a shadow of a doubt, animals do survive the grave. That is, they also have souls, believe it or not. We know that people write to us maybe once or twice a month telling us that they had a dog or a cat, it died, and yet the animal seems to be in the house. They hear it, the way it ran around, they hear it jump on the bed, they feel it. We've had cases like that of our own. Our own German Shepherd, who we had for 14 years, and that's a painting over there of him, died, and one night I went out to throw the garbage out in the backyard, and there was a military-type doghouse. And Major would sit on that doghouse, very erect, just like I have him in the painting there. And he'd sit up like this, and I'd take the chain off, and he'd come into the house with me. Mm-hmm. Well, I went out to take the garbage out that night, and I rounded the house, and there was the ghost of this dog sitting on that military-type doghouse. I stood there and watched it for a few seconds, and I started to go towards it, but it disappeared. I backed up, and it came back into view again. Mm-hmm. Now, being in this work, I realized that I should have just stayed right there. I walked in, and I got Lorraine, and I got Judy here, brought them out. I didn't tell them what they were going to see, and this is what they seen. If we could throw a camera on that painting over there, that's exactly how he looked when I seen him sitting on that doghouse. Mm-hmm. And Lorraine also.
Was he solid like that, Ed?
No, he was transparent.
Transparent.
He was transparent, but there was no doubt in my mind of what we were looking at. The three of us all seen it, and I was waiting patiently for the next night. I wanted to see if he would return.
Yeah.
Not only wasn't the dog there, but neither was the doghouse.
What happened?
The old man next door who would take care of Major for us took the military-type doghouse, built it into a tiny doghouse for two puppies I got for Lorraine. Oh. But that was the last night that the doghouse would be there. And we've always had a feeling that Major was in our home and on the grounds. This was a wonderful animal. It was almost human, I have to tell you. Mm-hmm. And we attribute a lot of our luck in this work and everything to that dog. Mm-hmm. Because it was because of that dog that we bought the small cottage up in Monroe, Connecticut. So that while we were away, the old man down the street would take care of him, bring him in at night, and we'd be gone a week or two at a time. And it was because of that dog that we started our studio, our painting studio. We're both artists. And then one of the students, a man who was a manager of a bank, had suggested that we show the paintings of my hauntings that I had painted. And that was the start of, you know, our public image.
Yep.
Lorraine, I'd like to just touch on a point, if I could, about the psychic ability of animals. Now, do you believe that animals have psychic ability?
Oh, I have no doubt whatsoever, Tony. I have no doubt. I also feel that we, as individuals, as humans, have the ability to heal them through spiritual means. I believe that we can do that. I pray all the time, as I pray for my family, Tony, I pray every night to St. Francis for our animals and for any animal who needs our prayers. And it is amazing. Of course, I have a lot of devotion to St. Francis, and it's amazing the situations that we find ourselves in regarding saving the lives of animals. And we'll say, I know that he must have directed us in this area. But regarding their psychic ability, when we are involved in certain cases, I've walked in the house after being involved in real bad cases where the dogs and the cat will actually walk backwards away from us. And they sense and know your emotions. They sense your feelings. They're very loving and caring. When you need them, they always seem to be right there for you. They seem to sense even more than people will sense just how you feel at given times.
It's like an unconditional kind of
Look,
love.
it is, Tony.
I have a very interesting thing to talk about here about Benny here. Now, Judy adopted Benny here how many years ago?
I've had him 8 years.
8 years. Now, she had Benny for 8 years, but she had a Pekingese dog before that. And this little dog, he was a terror. When it got dark, all of a sudden this dog would be attacking everybody. And Benny here does the very same thing and acts just like this dog. Now, tell us a little bit about how both dogs react the same way, Judy.
You'd never realize it by looking at them.
No, not now you wouldn't.
Not now you wouldn't.
Not now.
Well, a certain time of night when it gets dark and no one can come near me, no one can come in the house, he'll growl
Same as
and
Goober.
he'll jump after them.
And your other dog used to do the same thing?
The exact same thing. Yeah, and
So you
normally
think-
he's just a friendly little dog all during the day. If you take him out in public, he's friendly. It's just at night he just turns and completely